Salam alaikum. I was just thinking about why these people, these applications on my Android 11 didn't work. It said to me, it doesn't work on your Android version anymore. You need to get the new latest Android or a newer Android version. But that means the latest because if you get Android 12, then because Android is at Android 15 actually. But yeah, Android 15. So it's best to buy just Android 15 because if you buy a telephone with Android 12, the application just supports you for 1 year. You need to buy another in the second year, again a new Android. But I got Android 14. Don't know if Samsung will upgrade it to Android 15. Don't know why it can't. But also I don't understand like my bank why they need a newer version of Android and those things. Because they just have to send encrypted to the server and give you the bank information. Maybe give an order through it. But also there could be something with the certificate store that won't be updated in Android 11. But I don't know those things. But so funny thing came in my mind. Need to be well. People need to watch out. There's a special bank and those things because if you download an open source application from Android, that's because back in the time you just download an open source Android 15 and the bank will work on it. But these people can change if the bank uses the standard Android classes for encrypting your message to their server. Someone can change that encryption class with if it's open source. Even Samsung, if it's evil, it can change those encryption class and get every data what your bank or whatever is trying to encrypt and those things. So for at least the banks, I would say buy Aben Amro special because I use that. Buy a library, buy an open source library of how to encrypt like IIS 256 bits. That's pretty secure with the hash and those things or whatever security you use. That it would be bad idea to for me it would be bad idea to use the standard Android encryption classes because anyone can change it. Samsung can change it. I don't know. It's Xiaomi if you buy it. Alcatel, everyone can change it. So at least buy a trustable Android big company because someone can sue them if they see the Android encryption classes have changed those things. That's it. But I don't know if you can really check it because it's all active and everything. Yeah, that was about it. So for banks, I would say buy some good programmer who can do IIS and let your programmers check it. If you make a good application, then you can check if it's safe or not. Because if you change the encryption class, that's like someone can say send when I get this encryption data, some data that have to be encrypted, or some data that has been unencrypted. They just can tag you there and see all the data you want to encrypt or decrypt. You have decrypted. Also, your encryption key and those things I can get also if they change that class and those things. But don't know. But Android could make it safer because it can check integrity. But that class can also be changed. The integrity check of Android, but it's a bit more difficult. Especially for those encryption classes and network classes, but if you encrypt it and also network, network classes, it could be irritating if they change those stuff and this. Yeah, that was about it. So if you buy a new telephone and you want to use like a bank application, it's best to buy the latest Android version telephone. I bought previous year Android 14. Don't know if Samsung will upgrade like I said to Android 15. Don't know why they can't do that to my mobile phone. I bought it last year and Android 15 is already out and those things. Didn't know about that Android 15 would come out and those, or else I would have bought an Android 15. But let's see. For me, I will have to see if this Aben Amro or the bank how long will they will support this Android version. But from what I've checked, when they said your Android 11 is not supported, so bought new Android and Android 15, 14. So that's after 3 Android versions. So they said we don't support you anymore. We don't support your Android version. But yeah, there's something like that. So it'll be interesting how long they will support Android 14 or maybe Android 15 with Samsung updated. Because I just updated. I just did an Android update on Samsung. Yeah, I just did a software update, but it was not Android 15, just a minor patch the Samsung gave. So we will see if Samsung will go to Android 15. But it would be good as if that a company would, a known trusted company would say, we give you every year, you get 2 extra updates, Android version updates, or something. So make you use the telephone much longer. Because that's Android 11, Android, so Android 11 was not supported when Android 14 was out. Android 15 came this year out. There's a 3 Android versions, but I had it 4 years. Don't know how that works. Maybe 1 year there was 2 Android up, or my telephone upgraded from Android 10 to Android 11. That's also possible, or to Android, yeah, to Android 11 or something. Don't know, but I had it for 4 years. Yeah, for 4 years that phone until till it was not more supported. But that was it about security flash. Um, and about the problem with old Android versions of those things, and not if you do feel a bit unsafe of hackers, don't just download because when Android started, you just download an Android version, you root your Android, and then you update it with the unknown Android version, and you don't know what kind of code has been changed or whatever. So that was it. Salam alaikum.